allow and see technically in the legal sense, she has no legal standing. But the way this court is set up and has been bought and paid for by white right wing activists, they're allowing anything to come before them that is part of that political agenda.
Right.
And it's blatant obvious. Like it's not even hidden anymore.
Right.
And they should be ashamed. The court should be ashamed. The Supreme Court should be ashamed. Not since Dred Scott has there been so much disdain for the Supreme Court. Dred Scott goes back to 1835.
Okay.
And that is the court case that decided that African Americans were not actual human beings and that they were property.
So Dred Scott was the one that said we weren't human beings.
Well, that's Dred Scott is the name of the guy who filed for suit for his freedom.
Okay. I think I remember.
And so it's called the Dred Scott case. Right. The Supreme Court justice who wrote the deciding ruling was, if I'm not mistaken, his name was Tanner or Tandy. I'm not sure on that. I'll give you those facts shortly once I look them back up. Okay. But it's the Dred Scott case, and not since the Dred Scott case have there been so much disdain for the U.S. Supreme Court. So again, going back to your original question, what do we do from here? We organize, we galvanize, we pull our dollars together. I want to say something, especially to my Black community.
Mm-hmm.
As a member of the LGBT community myself, there is no reason for a Black straight individual to now discriminate against a member of the LGBTQ community. I want to say this again, and I want my people to come in and listen to me. To my Black people, I don't care if you go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, you sing in the choir, you on the usher board, deacon board, you on the mother's board, you an elder of the church, you a minister. We have to come together, because if we don't, we are all going to hang. We are either going to hang separately or we are going to hang together, but we are going to hang. We are all in one boat. No matter if I love who I love, you love who you love. We have to put that to the side. We have to come together and pull our dollars together, pull our political power together, because now you see that there is no difference. We are all in the same boat, and we have to strike a mighty blow. We have to galvanize our people to the polls. Mm-hmm. No matter, we have to get them registered. It is not a seat on the sideline anymore. Everybody should be in play. Everybody should be in play.
Yeah.
Candidates who are planning to run in 2024, you should be knocking on every door. Yeah. You shouldn't be talking to individuals because, oh, well, this person doesn't like this person or this person isn't part of this group. You should be talking to everyone, because right now, democracy is on the line.
It is.
We said democracy was on the line in 2020, but we see what happens from the state level to the federal level. We see in states like Tennessee and Louisiana and Georgia and North Carolina and Idaho and Oklahoma, we see what they're trying to do to women. We see what they're doing to the Black and brown and other immigrants and other communities of color. We see what they're doing. We see what they're doing to the members of the LGBT community. So what does that mean? We're all together.
Yeah.
No matter if you're if you're a black woman, if you're a black gay woman, if you're a black transgender woman, if you're a black non-binary, it doesn't matter. We're all together.
Right. Because the
And
one
we're all,
thing, oh, I was just
go
gonna
ahead.
say, because the one thing about, like, despite there is the division between like genders and races, but white people don't do that as much as we do. Like with to me, that's what I see, like with the colorism, like what there's arguments like, if you light skinned, that you're not black enough. If you're this, you're not black enough. I'm like, no, we are all descendants from enslaved Africans that were brought over to this country and to the Caribbean countries as well. Because I'm speaking to our Jamaicans, our
Haitians, our Cubanos, our Dominicans,
we're all
our Brazilians,
yes,
our Colombians, our Nicaraguans, our El Salvadorians,
yes,
we talking to everybody that's of the brown and black diaspora.
Exactly. And being that, we need to stop with the division, because again, like I told you in the text message, the white supremacy has a chokehold on the people of color in this country, and upholding these standards of whiteness is not helping us. It's not even helping whites, not the lower income whites, not the female whites, only is helping the rich white men, because the rules were created by them to protect them. And so we have to really stop separating ourselves and come together and just take hold of this country like we should.
It is time for those who are truly our allies. Mm-hmm. If you are a white ally, it's time for you to put your whiteness on the line.
Yes.
It's time for you to put that white privilege on the line. And when I say put that white privilege on the line, it's time for you to support black and brown causes, truly support them, not use them to get a leg up or get some more money in your pocket.
Yes.
It's time for white community activists who really want to support black and brown LGBTQ initiatives and not try to put other organizations down. Mm-hmm. It's time for them to come together.
Yeah.
Because it's time to work.
Yeah. They did this. I was they did this right before the election year, where everybody's already still tired, coming out of COVID, and it's so politically ingenious and diabolical how they did it. It's like like you said, they've been planning this for decades, putting all these little small, minute features in, and just stabbed us all in the gut at once. It's like, did y'all set up COVID too? That's my conspiracy mind going. I'm like, did y'all knew that was coming?
Listen, I weeping may endure for a night, but I want people to know that joy really does come in the morning. Yeah. And we cannot let our oppressors take away our hope. Because I still believe in America. We're getting ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
Yeah.
We should be very excited right now. We're coming out of Pride. Today is the last day of Pride. And what a way to close out Pride. The Supreme Court, for me, has done nothing more but galvanize me and made me more resolved to continue the fight and to shine the light in on the white misogynist bigotry system that has grasped this country. Mm-hmm. And I am ever more hopeful that our young people will come out and vote in 2024.
Yes.
I am ever more hopeful that my age group, the millennial generation, we are going to come out than never before. Yeah. I am hopeful. I am hopeful that people here on the ground, here in Hamilton County and where you are, those individuals, organizations are going to be able to come together. Because as I stated before in my call to action, if we do not come together, we are going to hang separately. We are going to either hang together or we are going to hang separately. But we are going to hang because we are not putting in the work that is going to create lasting change.
Yeah.
Now, what does that look like? For me, that looks like voting in individuals who are going to vote your interest and
Yes.
holding individuals accountable who do not vote your interest, do not have your best interest at heart. Just that we have on the state level, we have a state race coming up in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I want the people to hold elected officials accountable.
Yeah.
We have a city race that is coming up in 2025. I want the people to remember what elected officials do and what they don't do
Mm-hmm.
because your silence is complicit.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that individuals have built up political capital, but what's the point of building political capital when you don't spend it? Now is the time for individuals for these elected officials that we have put our faith in, that we have put our votes in, that we have put our feet, our dialing fingers in, that we have put our dollars behind, that we have stood on the corners for.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time for them to pay it back because now they should be vocal in every chamber that they serve in, from school board to Congress. They should be vocal. They should be vocal as loud as these white conservative donors are, as vocal as they are with their dollars. These politicians should be as vocal on the ground in the communities. They should be seen. They should be heard.
Yeah.
And right now, silence is complicit.
Yeah. Because I know they were talking about when it was in Georgia. What was going on in Georgia? Or were we talking about Raphael Warnock and the other guy that we got into in Georgia, where they were silent? What was going on in Georgia? There'd be so much going on. They weren't talking about something. I can't remember. But yeah, you're right. It's just the silence is violence, is complicity. And it's ridiculous because like we work so hard. They get us to rally, finally getting up off our butts and getting out there to do something. But then when it comes down to stuff start popping off, there's nothing. There's no silence. There's silence. There's no movement. But I love the two Justins in Tennessee. That was a beautiful show of like their political power, trying to use it for what was right, actually being vocal and doing some movement. So,
and that is what it's going to take in order not only to flip Tennessee blue, to flip this state blue, to ensure that democracy is held on the federal level, because we got a Senate seat available in Tennessee.
Oh,
in 2024, we got Congress is up, the full House is up, so it is a chance that we could get an extra Democratic seat finally out of Tennessee, and hopefully get maybe a Democratic senator out of Tennessee. Yeah. It hasn't happened since Al Gore was our senator.
Oh wow!
So that's been a long time.
A long time.
A very long time. But I want the people to know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
We are here. We're going to be providing that resource. The ION Foundation is going to be providing the resource of the Rainbow Book. The Rainbow Book will again have every local business and organization that offers services to the LGBTQ community. If you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur and you want to continue to service the LGBTQ community, I will be sending out a Google form for you to submit your contact information, your business information, where you're located, and also a picture. So we can have the Rainbow Book in a digital form, so you can scan that QR code and you will be able to have a full listing of places where you can go, be safe, be seen, and be heard, and be valued as a respected individual.
And that's definitely needed. And I hate that it is needed because we've come so far yet to be regressed back so far when it comes to the rights of the minorities and LGBTQIA community. And it's just, it's I'm just gobstopped, really gobsmacked at how it happened, and it's just like it started with it's been started, but just seeing abortion rights, and then affirmative action, and then having the rights to discriminate or to say no. Well, is this call it what it is? Discriminate against people of the LGBT community. I'm like, ma'am, you just took money out of your own pocket, like,
Right, because we spend our money. And we work hard.
right?
Those of us who are able to break through that glass ceiling of being in poverty, because you have to keep in mind there is a large portion of the LGBT community that face poverty because of the fact that they are members of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
And I am thankful that I am in the position to not be in that space, but to help those who are in that space to pull them out of poverty and put them into a stable situation. And that's what it's all about. And when we are able to close those gaps and be able to meet people where they are and meet those needs, then we begin to be the change that we want to see. And it's ripples. It's small ripples effects. And it's those small wins, like you say, what are your small wins? It's those small wins that build up to that big, gigantic snowball of a win.
Right.
And that's what we want to see on this local level. I challenge everyone in Hamilton County to hold their elected officials accountable. I am speaking as myself. I want you guys to hold these elected officials accountable, from Hamilton County Commission all the way down to school board, from City Hall all the way down. Hold them accountable. If they are not voting in your best interest, if they don't value you, if they don't value your community, vote them out.
Right. And so what's another, just to give some actionable steps, what are something that we can do now to our local community? Do we need to call? Do we need to write? Do we need to email? What we got to do?
What I want you guys to do right now, the I Am Foundation as well, we are getting ready to gear up our writing letter campaign because we want to make sure that our kids are safe in school. So we want everyone, if you live in Hamilton County, to write your state elected officials. You have Yusuf Hakeem, who's over District 28. You have Bo Watson, who's our state senator. You got Senator Gartenhire, who's another state senator. You got Patsy Hazelwood, and you got Miss Robin, I want to say Robin Smith out of Eastridge. I might be wrong on that last name, but I want you to contact your elected officials, and I want you to generate that letter and let them know that you are going to be watching them and watching how they vote on this this special session for our schools, and making sure that our kids are protected. And that's the reason why they are having that special session in the state legislature, as it is related to the guns here in Tennessee. And we need better laws as it is related to guns here in Tennessee. We want to make sure that those who are able to carry guns, because I believe in the Second Amendment.
I do too.
I believe in the Second Amendment. If you are a law-abiding citizen and you are following the protocols, the guidelines of your county, of your state, then you should be able to carry a gun. But if you are a domestic violence abuser, if you have, those violent past, mental health issues, I personally don't think you should be able to carry a gun.
I agree, because you show that you don't, because that is a show of a violent tendency. And then therefore, if you have violent tendencies, you don't want to give somebody with violent tendencies a rack of guns to choose from. And I agree with that, because I as a Democrat, even though I vote Democratically, I don't really feel mostly Democrat. But I love guns. I love shooting guns. I enjoy it. I believe it's a fun recreational thing for me to shoot at an object, not a person.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You're shooting at an object in a closed environment, in a controlled environment, with safety officials, rules in the area to assist if there is a mishap, because accidents do happen.
Exactly.
Especially when you have individuals with a human factor. Accidents will happen.
Exactly.
That's part of being a human. because no one is perfect. But you're not out here killing people. You
Exactly.
don't have a slew of violent mental outbreaks on your record. You don't have past terroristic threats. You're not on the no-fly zone. Like you're able to move freely through society. So and that's what we want to make sure that continues to happen. I want to let people know here in Hamilton County and Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then throughout the state of Tennessee that we are watching, we are here, we're providing resources, and we are ready to stand in the gap to advocate for those who are not able to advocate for themselves.
Whew. You said it. I just it's exhausting. But you give me hope because your passion, your energy, your desire to see this country really live out to the fullest potential that we have. It gives me hope, especially as a Black man, because there's just seems like this all out distaste for for Black men and Black women, and we need to just talk and bound together and work together for a common good, and realize that the ideas of white supremacy, patriarchy, even the outdated ideas of capitalism have never been for us, and that we have to come together and fight and actually make this place a better place for the Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas, and whoever whenever I have a child, whatever that kid may be. Lord have mercy. Gen 30, like.
But listen, I want people to know that today may be dark.
Mm-hmm.
Today may be dark, but tomorrow the sun will come out. The sun will rise tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That means that you have to get your life and get your house in order and find out what are you here for.
Yeah.
What is your purpose? Find your purpose. Fight for your right to be here. Don't let individuals in a small group of society push us back into the closet of nothingness, of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
We are the light in this society, and we're gonna let our light shine as bright as possible. As Ronald Reagan said, we are the light shining on a hill. We are the city of the light shining on a hill. And for us in the LGBTQ community, we can't let our light be darkened.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stop. We have to continue to press toward the mark, ever so.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you so much, Sana, for allowing me to give me the space to speak to your listeners, your viewers, to let people know here in Tennessee and Hamilton County and throughout the nation that our best days are ahead of us right now. We are birthing a new nation.
Mm-hmm.
We really are. We are truly birthing a new nation. And what that new nation looks like depends on how we vote in 2024.
Yeah, I agree. Well, if you ever run for anything, you got my vote. So, but thank you so much for being able to come in such a short notice and to help test out. We had a couple of people pop in. We shared it. And I think that this is just a start. Like you said, I have hope. It may be a mustard seed of hope, like, we need.
But that's all you need.
That's all you need. So I believe that we can keep going, because if we did it, but with Joe Biden brought him in, we got rid of the orange nightmare, we can keep on going and get it done, not only in our executive branch, but in our lower legislative, in our cities and our states and our schools, because God know we need to get our schools back together as well. So thank you so much. We will make sure to put, update where we can find you and support the Rainbow Book. And just, we're going to get out there. We're going to have to start pushing this pavement, honey.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we are. So, guys, again, you'll be able to find that Rainbow link on my Facebook page, Sean Nick. You'll be able to find it on the I Am Foundation LGBTQ Safe Haven page. You'll be able to find the QR code. So again, if you're needing a form, you'll be able to find it on those two pages. If you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a member of the LGBT community and you fit those two, or you are an ally and you are wanting to continue to service the LGBTQ community, please make sure that you submit your information on that form so we'll be able to have a full digital rainbow book. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Well, you're very welcome. I made sure to share that on my page again. So anybody who's watching, they can make sure they can sign up, especially if you're on the line. You are a safe space, and let's just get it. Let's get out here now. Well, you have a great night. Thank you so much. And I look forward to having you again. And just whatever I can do to help, I got you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shana.
You're
Have a
very
great night,
welcome.
guys.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was so good.